Okay, so today in math, we are going to continue talking about adding and subtracting. Okay, so yesterday we talked about adding on an open number line, okay? And today we're going to continue with our addition, and we are going to add on, and we're going to add using the traditional algorithm. Do you guys remember what that looks like? When you have the two numbers stacked on top of each other? Maybe. All right, we are going to watch two short videos, and they're going to explain the traditional algorithm, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'll share my sound as well.
Is it going to be the song thing?
Nope. All right, here we go. Actually, let me move you guys so I can make it full screen, and then we'll play. Here we go.
Let's add 536 to 398. I'm going to do it two different ways so that we really understand what this carrying is all about. So first we'll do it in the more traditional way. We start in the ones place. We say, well, what's 6 plus 8? Well, we know that 6 plus 8 is equal to 14. Is equal to 14. And so when we write it down here in the sum, we could say, well, look, the 4 is in the ones place, so it's equal to 4 plus 110. So let's write that 110 in the tens place. And now we focus on the tens place. We have 110 plus 3 tens plus 9 tens. So what's that going to get us? 1 plus 3 plus 9 is equal to 13. Is equal to 13. Now we have to remind ourselves, this is 13 tens. This is 13 tens, or another way of thinking about it, this is 3 tens. This is 3 tens and 100. And 100. You might say, wait, how does that make sense? Remember, this is in the tens place. When we're adding a 1 10 plus a 3 tens plus 9 tens, we're actually adding 10 plus 30 plus 90, and we're getting 130. And so we're putting the 30, the 3 in the tens place represents the 30. So this is the 3 represents the 30. And then we're placing this 1 in the hundreds place. 10 tens is equal to 100. And now we're adding up the hundreds place. 1 plus 5, 1 plus 5 plus 3 is equal to, let's see, 1 plus 5 is equal to 6 plus 3 is equal to 9. But we have to remind ourselves, this is 900. This is in the hundreds place. So this is actually 100. I want to make all the colors the same. So this is actually 100 plus 500 plus 300 plus 300. Let me get the color coding right. Plus 300 is equal to 900. Is equal to 900. And that's exactly what we got here. 100 plus 500 plus 300 is equal to 900. And we're done. This is equal to 934.
All right, so that is our first video that we'll watch. I have a second video that goes more in depth about regrouping, or it explains the regrouping a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and watch that. It's another short video, so make sure you are listening.
Now let's do the exact same addition problem that we did in the last video. But
can you guys see this video? Give me a thumbs up if you can see this video. All right, awesome.
I'm going to expand out these numbers so that we really understand what's going on when we're doing all of this carrying. So this 5 is in the hundreds place, so it really represents 5 hundreds, or 500. 3 represents 3 tens, because it's in the tens place, so it represents 30. And the 6, well, just represents 6 ones, or 6. Likewise, this 3 represents 300. This 9 is 9 tens, or 90. And this 8 just represents 8 ones, or 8. And now we can add these two up. Now let's start in the rightmost column, this ones column. 6 plus 8 we've already figured out is equal to 14, which is the same thing as 10 plus 4. 10 plus 4. 10 plus 4. So let's write the part that's not a multiple of 10 in this ones column. So let's put the 4 there. And the part that is a multiple of 10, we can now carry into this tens column. And that's just to keep track of it, just to make sure that we don't lose that 10, we're putting it into the tens column. Now we can add all the tens. 10 plus 30 plus 90, we've already figured out, is 130. Well, the part that is not a multiple of 100, we can write in this tens column, so the 30 part. And then the part that is a multiple of 100, we could put in the hundreds column. So we could put the 100 right over here. Notice we've just carried a 1, but essentially we've carried 100 because we put a 1 in the hundreds place. 10 plus 30 plus 90 is 100 plus 30. This is equal to 100 plus 30. That's all we've done. Now we can add the hundreds. 100 plus 500 plus 300 we've already figured out is 900. So we could write it as 900, and we're done. We've figured out that 500 plus 30 plus 6 plus 300 plus 90 plus 8 is equal to 900 plus 30 plus 4, which is the same thing as 934. So hopefully this gives you a little bit more sense of what we're doing when we carry the 1 every time. 6 plus 8 is 14. We carried the 1. That 1 represents 10. It represents this 10 right over here, just so we don't lose track of it. Then we say 10 plus 30 plus 90 is equal to 130. So that's 30 plus 100. 30 plus 100. Then we add the hundreds together, we get 900. 900.
All right. So do you guys see if I
30 plus 100. Then we add the
play. All right. So do you guys see the 934 is equal to 900 plus 30 plus 4? Who remembers? What is that called when it's written out from 900 plus 30 plus 4? Who remembers from last week? Come on, make sure you're not playing with your pencils. Who remembers? What is that called? We all went over it. What is that called? What form? Starts with an E. X. What is it? Expanded form. Destiny, I don't know why you have a stick. Do I need to put you back in the waiting room? All right, so we are going to talk about doing the traditional algorithm. So what I need you guys to do right now is, if you have a whiteboard or if you have paper and something to write with, go ahead and get that now. But if you don't, that's okay. You can just follow along with me, okay? So go ahead and get those things now so you can write out these problems with me.
What? Paper and pencil. Okay.
If you have a whiteboard or paper and a pencil, go ahead and get that now. But if not, you can just follow along with me. I'm going to give you about 45 more seconds to get those materials. And then give me a thumbs up once you are ready for the first problem. Caitlin's ready. Jose's ready. Paxton and Gabe are ready. Destiny, you need to put the stick away. I don't know why you have a stick. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So if you don't have your paper and pencil, that's okay. So I'm going to share my camera and hopefully it still stayed plugged in. Let's see. Nope. Oh, but I can switch the camera. There we go. All right, so working with the traditional algorithm, just like in the video. So let's add our 3-digit number. So let's come up with 182 plus 308. So 182 plus 308. So go ahead and write that problem down on your paper, and then we will solve it together. All right, so something that helps me when I do this traditional algorithm is I really struggle keeping everything in line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw a thin line in between each place value. So the ones, the tens, and the hundreds. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate my ones and bring it down to where I'm gonna put my answer. Separate my tens and hundreds, bring that down to where my answer is. So now I can see where the ones, the tens, and the hundreds are. Does that make sense? This is one way that I like to add because I struggle keeping everything in line. All right, so first we're going to add our ones place, okay? So we always start in the ones place. So who can tell me what is 2 plus 8? Who can raise their hand and tell me what is 2 plus 8? What is 2 plus 8? Kevin? Gotta unmute so we can hear you, Kevin.
Ten.
10, very good. So I know that when I have 10, I have 0 ones and 1 10. So I'm going to put my 1 here. So here's all of my ones from 10. And then I'm going to put all of my tens. I have to put that up in the line with the tens. Does that make sense? So far, so good? Make sure you guys are muted. Jose, go ahead and mute yourself. Okay. Now we're going to add the tens place. Okay, so I'm going to add all of my tens. So I see I have 1 10, 8 10, and 0 tens. So that's the same as adding 10 plus 80. So what is 1 plus 8? Who can raise their hand and tell me what is 1 plus 8? Gabe?
9.
9. Or I have 9 tens, which is the same as 90. And then I didn't have any hundreds to carry over. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add my hundreds. So now I'm going to add 100 plus 300, or 1 plus 3. What's 1 plus 3? Who can raise their hand and tell me? What's 1 plus 3? Paxton?
4.
4. Good job. So our answer is 490. All right, does anyone have any, oh, I love that Gabe is giving ourselves silent praise. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some silent praise for adding that together. All right, does anyone have any questions on how we added this together?
No. No.
All right, we're gonna do one more together and then I'm gonna show you your independent work, okay? All right, here we go. Let's do one more. Let's do 5, that's way too big. Let's do 537 plus 614. 537 plus 614. Go ahead and write that down on your papers. All right, so to help my brain again, because I struggle keeping everything in line, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line to separate out my ones and my tens. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw that line. And then I'm gonna draw a line to separate my tens and my hundreds. Destiny, do you? All right, so last one we'll do together and then I will show you your independent work. So first we need to add the ones together. Remember, we always start with the ones. So what is 7 plus 4? Who can tell me? What is 7 plus 4? Oscar? Gotta make sure you're unmuted.
11.
11, nice job. So 11 has 1 10 and 1 1. So I'm gonna put my ones here. And then I'm going to carry over my tens. So there's 1 tens over here. All right, so now I need to add my tens together. So I have 10 plus 30 plus 10, or 1 plus 3 plus 1. So what is 1 plus 3 plus 1? Who can raise their hand and tell me? Someone new? Kamaya. Say that one more time.
60.
Not 60. You're close. You're 10 off, Kamaya. Kamaya, what's 3 plus 2?
I don't know the whole thing.
5. All right, so we have 5 or 50. And then I don't have any hundreds to carry over. So now I'm gonna add 500 plus 600, or 5 plus 6. So Irisu, what's 5 plus 6? I know you know the whole answer.
11.
11.
And you can't do anything on the top, so it's just 11 1,000 something.
Yep, so my answer is 1,151. And I'll move that down so you guys can see it.
Dang!
All right, does anyone have any questions about how we added these numbers together? Nope. All right. I'm going to show you your independent work, and then I will meet with my small group, okay? So let me share my screen. So you all can see our independent work. All right, who can tell me, where do I go for our math independent work? Someone new. Vaughn. Where do I go for my math independent work? Say that one more time.
You go.
All right, Vaughn, I can't hear you, but I think you said math. So I'm going to click on math. And then I'm going to check my small group, or who's on my small group. So I have Akila and Travion today, and I think, Akila, you're the only one on. And then I'm going to scroll down to what day of the week is it? Who can tell me? What's today? We said it in reading. Caitlin, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thursday.
Today is Thursday, so I'm going to scroll down to Thursday. And remember, in reading, Gabe said it was that purpley or maybe pink color. And I'm going to click on this adding 3-digit numbers worksheet. We're going to make a copy. All right, and then look, you only have 4 problems to do. What is the most important thing for you to do when you have one of these worksheets? What's the most important thing to do besides the work? Gabe?
Name and share.
Yeah, you're going to type in your name right here. So, oops, let me spell my name correctly. And then you're going to share it with me. So you're going to type in my name. You're going to search for me, click on me, and send it. Why is it super important for you to share it with me? Who can raise their hand and tell me? Why is it important? Yeah, because if I take this for a grade and you don't share it with me, then I can't put it in the grade book and I can't see your work. All right, so what you're going to do for this is you're going to type in your answer, and then look, I put in boxes for you to add your, when you carry numbers over, okay? Does anyone have any questions about this worksheet?
No.
All right, let me go back to Canvas and show you your last independent work. You only have 2 things for math today. Go to math, scroll down to Thursday, and then you have Dreambox for 15 minutes. So remember, if you have all 5 of your lessons of Dreambox already, you don't have to do Dreambox today, which means you're already done with 1 thing. Okay, and I will be checking for those people who are already done. All right, does anyone have any questions about their independent work for today?